What's good, World Republic? Welcome back to another video. Editor Sly here. Glad you could make it. Before we start, please join the Discord community, link down below for me. When you click the link, the invite should appear as shown. Click accept invite for direct access to yours truly, your fellow community, as well as being notified every time we go live. You'll also be able to view all VODs from the Discord server, as well as any YouTube videos, and be notified when I post here on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, around 99% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. Make sure you fix that by hitting the subscribe button and turning on all notifications. If you do that, I can find the content for you and we can watch it together. Shout out to all my current subscribers as well as current subs on Twitch. We call y'all citizens, you feel me? And yeah, enjoy the video. What's good, YouTube? We got a reaction to the Professor Pint. Today we're going to talk about which shonen anime has the worst job. So I was going to pre-fire a little like, and as always I'm going to recommend that you help me out by joining the Discord community. That way you'll be notified every time I post a YouTube video, so every time I go live on Twitch. There's also the easiest way to get access to your boy Sly. You can talk to me about recommendations you have for the channel, talk to me about, you know, anime or any topic, various topics that we talked about on the channel. I'd be glad to interact with you, so if you're down for that, please join the Discord server. Without further ado, though, we're gonna get straight into it. It's a UK, so I guess bro's from the UK. Without further ado, just gonna hop straight into it.
Employment. My one true nightmare. Getting a job. Though, with me training to be a game designer, those prospects grow more and more dim on the daily. So, like,
I want to be a game designer. That's cool because he has really good like art, and like the way he's editing is really good too. So I can definitely see like the creative talent there.
Everything else in my life, I will be vicariously living it out through anime. Welcome to the job fair from hell. Today we'll be applying to work in the worst departments in anime. Shonen is known for its wild powers, epic fights, and absolutely horrific work conditions. Whether it's demon slaying, curse exercising, or just being government mandated cannon fodder, the job market's looking pretty rough out there.
Nah, government mandated cannon fodder is insane. And curse slaying is insane. You couldn't pay me to do those jobs, I'm sorry.
So in today's video, we'll be going over a total of 8 different anime professions, ranking them on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being a pretty stable career, and 10 essentially being suicide. We'll be taking this from the perspective of your average run-of-the-mill foot soldier. Looking at the career's benefits, we'll be taking 10, with 1 being a pretty stable career, and 10 essentially being suicide. We'll be taking this from the perspective of your average run-of-the-mill foot soldier, looking at the career's benefits like pay, fame, and time off, and its dangers like chance of death, injury, or trauma, and totaling these up and coming up with the final score. By the end of today's video, we should have found both.
I'm gonna take the edit to be what he means rather than what he said in the script. So 10 is a peak job for these verses, and then 1 will be like
the best and the worst anime to have careers in. So without further ado, let's get going. Let's start off with a classic, Naruto. Shinobi and Naruto are trained soldiers who serve their respective hidden villages, acting as everything from military operatives and assassins to spies and peacekeep villages.
Good choreography. We already know that fight was good choreography. I'm talking about how it jumped over his shoulder.
As everything from military operatives and assassins to spies and peacekeepers. Of course, this being a shonen anime, we have to have child soldiers, so even ninjas as young as 6 or 7 can become shinobi. Unfortunately, just like in real life, the benefits of being a shinobi are mostly based around nepotism. I hope you know what that word means. Some people are just set for life, based on their clans, bloodlines, or connections. If you're a high-ranking ninja, you should be able to live a fairly comfortable life, in your later years, as the mission payment system generally pays you more based on the difficulty of your mission. Still, a middle-of-the-bar ninja will still earn a decently generous wage. Not that you'll live a very fun life. While working, your life will almost entirely revolve around combat readiness and training. What about retirement? Well, even ninjas as old as 70 are still kicking about in the force. So yeah, you're gonna be working from 7 to 70 years old. On the bright side, you'll get access to freely
bad news, buddy. There's no retirement checks.
Use jutsu as you please, and should probably be able to cast some decently high-ranked ones. Even a jutsu as simple as clone jutsu would massively help you in your day-to-day life. But with just how much of your life is consumed by training and missions, I'm still going to give shinobis a benefit score of 3 out of 5, about middle of the board. Now the dangers of being a shinobi are where it gets bad. Remember that whole child soldier thing? Well, they have to fight to the death for promotions, and the series
Lord.
just treats this like it's normal. Missions routinely
Especially if you talk about the Mist Village and what they did to that boy Zabuza. He didn't deserve that.
go wrong, and shinobi as young as Rin are often manipulated into straight-up suicide missions. Obito is crushed by a boulder before his facial hair even kicks in, and Itachi is forced to massacre his entire clan at the age of 13. So even if you don't die, which you very likely will in one of the countless conflicts, the chances of being traumatized are extremely high. And for that reason, the danger...
You better not get done like Dan. Yeah. I'll be right back. Run into a house that should explode.
Gets an easy 2 out of 5 on the scale. So all in all, the total ranking for a shinobi is 5 out of 10. A good baseline for the beginning.
So I think how he's doing benefits is it's a good thing. Because remember, 10 is a good job, right? So benefits is based off how good it is. Danger, I'm assuming 5 is the least dangerous. So 1 would be like the most dangerous. Right? So that's why he gave it a 2. Because, yeah, because I'm like, why is the danger so low if it's out of 5? Huh. Who knows?
It's a job that offers recognition and purpose, by the cost of your peace, childhood, and probably your life. Next up, we have an even worse career. Sorcerers from Jujutsu Kaisen. Sorcerers are the frontline defense against cursed spirits.
The worst part is that the power system is based off negative energy. So you gotta truly be like a bitter person to like be a good sorcerer, which kind of sucks.
Monstrous beings born from the concentrated negative emotions of humanity. These spirits are completely invisible to regular people, meaning sorcerers must operate in secret. So regardless of whether or not you get the job, you're still gonna look like you're unemployed to everyone else. Again, this being a shonen, most of these sorcerers are child soldiers, it'd just be like that. The benefits of being a sorcerer are extremely limited, unless you're among the absolute top tier. However, unlike Naruto, where you can somewhat climb the ranks with hard work and experience, in Jujutsu Kaisen, there's a much more insurmountable gap based on your curse technique. Speaking of that, that curse technique is completely random. So unlike Naruto where you can learn maybe 100 useful jutsu, you could gain something with decent practicality in day-to-day life, or be cursed to never use normal words again. Also, there's no public recognition due to the secrecy of the role, and most of your work involves risking your life for civilians who don't even know why you exist. Geto crashed out for this exact reason.
They quite literally won't be able to appreciate you. And they don't value how dangerous your life is and how important lives are because they're not heroes like you are.
And honestly, I kinda get it. Even if you save up and leave the job like Nanami did, you'll still be burdened by years of trauma that will probably just drag you back to your death. The only real perk is being part of a small, tightly bounded group of people who understand your pain. That's cool, I guess. So the benefit rating is a low 2 out of 5. The danger level, however, more than makes up for this.
If he says 1, then we're good.
Death is frequent and usually slow and gruesome. The higher-ups don't even care whether or not you can handle the missions they send you on, and everybody around you is likely to suffer equally gruesome deaths. I mean, just look at this cursed spirit, bro. I'm good. The danger rating is 1 out of 5. This gives sorcerers a total ranking of 3 out.
I was right. So for benefits, it is a good thing. Danger, the more dangerous, the lower it is. Because remember, the lower the rating, the lower the rating, the worse of a job it is. So I was right. I was trying to figure out how he was ranking it. Because I know what a low score means, I know what a high score means, but I'm like, why is Naruto's danger getting a 2? Right? But now, I see we're on the same wavelength type situation.
Of 10. It's a brutal, unforgiving profession with minimal rewards and maximum trauma. Only those with no other choice or a death wish would end up staying. Marines in One Piece serve as the global militaristic force under the world government, tasked with maintaining order across the seas, enforcing its laws, and taking down that pirates.
I have no beef with Marines. I don't like that you have no choice but to follow orders, and the people in charge can be like severely wrong, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Scum. On paper, you're a hero who protects the peace, but in reality, the job more often involves supporting corrupt justice, suppressing very valid rebellions, and covering up government atrocities. How fun! If you can cover your eyes from all those pesky moral atrocities, being a Marine actually isn't too bad. At the highest level, you get admirals who hold enormous power, both literally and politically. At the very least, you'll receive housing, food, and medical care, while also being publicly respected in most civilized parts of the world. Honestly, if you can ignore the slavery and human rights violations like Garp did, it's not that bad of a deal. So I'd give the benefits a high score of 4 out of 5. The dangers are where it starts to drop off.
Good money. Look at all they fits. Decent uniforms. If you become a vice admiral, you kind of can have your own like individuality. I'm sure it's like that, one, because it's like militaristic, but also two, because as a creator or as an author and an artist, because they're mangaka, it's very difficult to draw like everyone like they're different face wise, right? And not reusing like the same elements over and over again. But if he had to change the fit for everybody, that'd be a problem. That's why some just might not have a cap on. Some had a John. His is tied this way. His is tied that way. He has a regular tie.
Low-level Marines, i.e. you, often die in droves, especially when faced with major pirate crews. Marineford alone was a massacre, with countless soldiers obliterated in the crossfire. The Buster Call on O'Hara showed how willingly the Marines can be ordered to obliterate in the cross.
You know how hot I'd be if because that's supposed to be above me, is watch me get cooked like this, and they just sitting there, no reaction.
Fire. The Buster Call on O'Hara showed how willingly the Marines can be ordered to slaughter entire innocent populations. And of course, the moment you object to such things, your head gets blown off. So with the unpredictable threats from all over, even your own commanders, I'm giving Marines a danger rating of 2 out of 5. It's a structured job with some decent perks and room for promotion, but at the cost of your conscience and most definitely your life. So that's a 6 out of 10 on the scale. Soul Reapers from Bleach are spirit-based warriors who maintain the balance between the world of the living and the afterlife. So unfortunately, a prerequisite for this job is that you are dead. They guide departed souls to the Soul Society, and more dangerously, cleanse hollows, which are corrupted spirits that devour other souls. While dangerous, you do get a cool sentient sword called a Zanpakuto, and Immaculate Drip, like all of the characters in this series got that shit on. The benefits of being a Soul Reaper, Drip.
And the uniform isn't too like rigid. Like, oh boy is able to wear a scarf. He was able to get the purple John. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get him a, you know what I'm saying? Moon. He was able to get him a little helmet. Generic. My boy got his scarf on and he got the gloves on. You know what I'm saying? He got his toes out. I've never noticed that until now. Shunsui just walks around with his toes out. But he got the blue. He threw that joint over the captain guard. You feel me? Unohana, pretty basic fit. The yellow. You feel me? You still get customization options.
Like all of the characters in.
And if you see the lieutenants, they pretty much, well, he ripped his sleeves off. That's kind of hard. But the lieutenants get to put their badges anywhere they want to. That's another thing that separates the captains.
This series got that shit on. The benefits of
shoulder, band.
Being a Soul Reaper are actually half decent.
You know what
Soul
I'm saying?
Reapers are essentially immortal, so that's your healthcare cover.
It's not like Naruto.
They enjoy stable positions with assigned housing, regular meals, and clearly defined ranks.
It's like
Soul Reapers also carry some of the highest status within Soul Society, and although advancement can be based on brutal combat trials, it's still a relatively stable career, well with it lasting multiple centuries and all. So I'd give the benefits a generous rating of 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
But the dangers are undeniable. Hollows vary wildly in power. Some could destroy a car at most.
Unless you work somewhere like Central 46 or you work on in the research department. So unless the society gets attacked, which though we see happen multiple times in the show, for centuries it hasn't happened. So it's like you would be working a pretty chill job as opposed to like, you know what I'm saying?
While others can throw out entire nukes. The Hueco Mondo arc alone just shows how matched the Gote 13 is when fighting the Arankar. The 1000-Year Blood War arc takes this to an entirely new level, as entire squads are instantly decimated by Quincy invaders. So while on paper, you may spend decades out on relatively safe patrols, all at once you could suddenly end up dead. Still, several decades of peace is several decades, so I'll be giving that a danger rating of 3 out of 5. This gives Soul Reapers a total ranking of 7 out of 10. It's one of the better jobs on paper, being structured, immortal, and prestigious. But the combat stakes are terrible, and death can come as swiftly as a hollow's bite. Oh yeah, and if you get strong enough, when you die, you're guaranteed to go to hell. So that isn't great. I'm just gonna be honest here. heroes have it the best. Heroes in My Hero Academia
Just
are
regular people
licensed
with powers,
professionals who
bro.
are allowed to use their quirks, i.e. superpowers, to protect the public, stop criminals, and respond to disasters.
Hey!
But more than just saving lives, the pro hero system is also about maintaining public image and serving as moral icons. Basically, you're a celebrity. The benefits of being a hero are endless. They enjoy fame, wealth, brand deals, the power to operate their own agencies and corporations.
And they're like hyper specific because people who like 80% of the population has quirks. You just can't use that bit. And if you do, you can get arrested for it. You can't use it unless you're a hero. So being a hero already puts you as like a class above the rest in terms of your power. In terms of being recognized, your power already has to be somewhat decent. You could pretty much live a chill life from there.
Hell, some of these guys even have action figures. Even quote-unquote lower-ranking heroes can make a cushy living just from appearances and media deals. So take all of the lifestyle benefits that come with a celebrity and slap on freely being able to use superpowers on top of that, and you've easily got yourself a 5 out of 5 benefit job. And now onto the danger level.
And this
where
one is
if
crazy.
you want to die, you can go ahead and fight deadly villains on a daily basis.
But you don't have
I'm
to.
good. I have no idea why you would do that unless you're
Yeah.
really into that self-sacrificial shit. Just look at Miracle at the beginning of the series compared to the end. Anyway, if you're actually smart, you'll become a rescue hero like I would, which just entails saving people from disasters. Don't gotta fight anyone, and with your quirk, you'll probably be just fine, like falling rubble should not take you out.
Yeah.
I guess there's still a sliver of danger in there, so I'll be giving it a danger rating of 4 out of 5. Thus, the total benefits of being a hero gets a 9 out of 10. It's a flashy, respected, and well-paid career that only really gets dangerous if you choose to go down that path. Demon Slayers are members of the Demon Slayer Corps, a secret organization dedicated to protecting humanity from
I got them pretty much right there with Sorcerer's Gang.
demons, supernatural creatures that feast on human flesh while also possessing incredible regenerative abilities and terrifying powers. They pretty much operate with vampire rules. Members are trained in specialized swordsmanship techniques called breathing styles, but whereas a curse from Jujutsu Kaisen may only need to be punched hard enough to kill it, demons require 2 very specific counters to be killed, either A. sunlight or B. decapitation with a Nichiren blade. The benefits of being a demon slayer don't exist. There's no salary, no official recognition, no media coverage, and no public respect. You're doing this solely for the love of the game. Like, your parents were probably killed by demons, and that is the only reason you're in this career. Slayers live like
Loki doing that shit just to spin back.
nomads, constantly on the move from one assignment to another, so you're gonna be sleeping in forests most of the time. Even if you wanted to get promoted, that is entirely based on kill count. So let's be honest, you're probably going to get killed along the way. The only perk is the satisfaction of saving lives. But I'm trying to get paid, so that puts the benefits at a 1 out of 5. Meanwhile, the danger level is almost unmatched. Demons are not only impossible to kill, not only stronger and faster than you, but many possess blood demon arts, which literally allow them to manipulate reality, control the elements, and
Mind you, you can't do this because it was confirmed that their powers are purely illusionary. Like, they just showing it to us for spectacle purposes. In the show, that's not the case. You feel me? You're getting hoed. You literally just have a sword. Okay.
obliterates dozens in seconds. You see these cool effects coming from the Demon Slayer swords. These aren't even real.
Yeah.
They're just visual effects. So no, you don't actually create fire or lightning. So you're gonna be swinging your sword while the demon you're fighting warps the gravity in the room. Yeah, I'm good.
What's good, bro? I couldn't tell what you were trying to say via all the asterisks there. Where's my mod? I don't know. Where did your mod go? He said, "Where's my mod?" with all caps. Yeah, like he got shot in the line. Huh. I saw you had another account though. I don't know why you don't have your mod. Maybe I try to make you VIP or something. Because VIP does take away mod. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think because that happened to Luke too. Nayball is the same one. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have tried to give you VIP or something, and it might have taken away your mod, and I might not have given it back. Because the same thing happened with Luke. Because you were one of the first people I gave mod back. I remember. Because when the whole situation happened, we were on the game. You were like, "Oh, my fault. I didn't like remember that you were streaming." Luke said that willingly, so he lost his mod. Falcon said that willingly, he lost it. You were the only one who didn't lose their mod. And even in Discord, you're noted as a Twitch mod. So I don't know why they hold you like that, but you got your shit back.
The average life expectancy is incredibly short, and by the final arc, almost the entire corpse is wiped out. So yes, I give the danger rating a 1 out of 5. So overall, we get a depressingly low score of 2 out of 10.
Small correction, they do get paid. However, the salary is abysmally low when compared to the demands of their job. I mean, any job where you literally like have a life expectancy of 2 years, right? You're boxing immortal creatures. No amount of pay, unless it's millions and billions, is anywhere near comparable to like the demands of your job. But again, I still got demon slaying and being like a curse hunter or a sorcerer in JJK, both like pretty much on equal grounds of being top 3 worst jobs to ever have in all of anime.
Which is pretty much the minimum. It's a job fueled by tragedy and sacrifice, the reward for which is absolutely nothing. The scouts in Attack on Titan, officially known as the Survey Corps, are the frontline force.
This might be top 3 and it's not number 3 or number 2. Because you don't, well, Demon Slayer is still bad because you don't get powers. Being a sorcerer means you have some type of curse technique, oftentimes. It don't got to be a good one, but some type of power. I think AOT is only tough because you get to use like gear and stuff like that. And then you could be a strategist. You still are put in crazy danger. But you know what I'm saying? And then you could be like, I remember they had the Noble District and stuff like that, that Annie was stationed in, which means you just have to work, like you just patrol and stuff. So I think it's a little more structured. So it might be 3. It might be 3. Then I got slaying, and then I got being a sorcerer. Because curse energy being based off negative emotions like has me thinking like every sorcerer has bitter, like your life had to have been terrible for you to get here and unlock the power. So it's like by default, you're hoed.
Responsible for venturing outside the walls to fight Titans and reclaim territory for humanity. It is the
these grenade huggers.
Only occupation here that doesn't come with superpowers. And once you take a look at the Titans,
he said, get it paid to get my ad ate by demons. So I'm saying, bro, you cannot pay me enough, gang.
You'll soon begin to realize how ridiculous that is. The benefits are downright horrid. The Survey Corps are the least respected of the 3 military branches.
See, he said Survey Corps, as if you're in the Survey Corps.
Often viewed as reckless, suicidal, and a waste of resources. Funding is minimal, so I hope you like the taste of raw potatoes, and most missions end with massive casualty counts alongside nothing to show for it. Members sleep in stone barracks, eat dirt poor rations, and are constantly deployed. The only real upside is the tight-knit camaraderie, but that backfires the moment you see your homie of 3 years getting eaten alive by a Titan. So, easy 1 out of 5 with the benefits. On the bright side, this
I would say they get paid more than anything else though, because remember, the people outside, the people in like the lower walls, like Aaron had it kind of good because his dad was a doctor. So he was kind of rich. Not like rich, but kind of rich. But like they couldn't eat food sometimes, bro. So some people became a scout because you have food. So even though the rations are dirt poor, when compared to like everything else in the verse, the money that they're making kind of does matter and kind of does help. You feel me? Going from the bottom of a shoe to like the top of the shoe. To us, it's like, ugh, I'm not doing that. But to them, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's something compared to being a demon slayer, not having a house. You do get paid, but you're always moving around. So you probably always have travel expenses, food expenses. So you're getting paid the bare minimum, and your ops are practically immortal. Or being a sorcerer, where like, again, kind of like demon slayers, there's no recognition because curses are invisible. You had to have had some type of tragic backstory to use curse energy, right? If you don't have a curse technique, you are cooked. All you have is curse energy. If you don't have a good teacher, you're a cannon fodder. You know what I'm saying? And if you happen to be in Shibuya, man, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, tell God you're pre-ordering your Uber up there. You know what I'm saying?
Misery will end sooner than you think. The Titans are massive man-eating.
What's money gonna do in a civilization where you can get doggy stomped by a celestial being? That's what I'm saying, and that's the only time where I'm saying AOT, when compared to those other three, is a little bit better. And the only reason I say that is, again, like if you look at the people in the walls and the people, especially the people who were like in there were nobles in AOT. Like there were niggas that had money and were drinking wine and eating fine dining, right? So it's like, yes, it's still hold because you can get eaten by a titan. You see your mans get eaten by a titan. You see your mans get donkey stomped by a titan, right? But when compared to being a sorcerer, where like you had to have some type of tragic backstory where someone close to you was slimed out. Your power system is based off you being bitter, and your ops are like Mahito and will slime a nigga out just to laugh at you. You know what I'm saying? And you're not Yuji, you're not boxing with them, bro. You're cooked. And then Demon Slayers are even worse. Because again, their ops are immortal. There's no powers. It is literally just swordsmanship, right? Because it's proven that those are just visual effects. And then take it a step further, they're always moving. Money don't matter. Yeah, today I'm on till 12. I was thinking about starting to raid Kevon, to be honest. Because I'll be watching some of his streams. Like when I just be chilling.
Monsters capable of ripping people apart in seconds.
Appreciate it, though.
You could think you understand their movements before they suddenly start doing handstand kickflips before tearing you apart instantly.
Yeah, abnormal.
Even with years of training and omnidirectional mobility gear, scouts are often killed before they can even react. At the very least, once Marley enters the scene, you'll be guaranteed a swift death through artillery or being shot to death. Cool. So yeah, the danger is a 1 out of 10 too. So all in all, we get a total ranking of 2 out of 10.
They are grenade huggers.
You're underpaid, underappreciated, and almost guaranteed to die horribly. But at the very least, you can pass knowing you helped push humanity 0.001 inches closer to freedom. So that's the list. Bro. There's really no battle shonen out there where horrific death isn't listed under the daily responsibilities. Yes, some careers offer fame, glory, and maybe a cool shiny sword, but almost all of them come with trauma, early graves, and dramatic-ass co-workers who bleed out mid-sentence. Heroes from My Hero Academia definitely have the best gig on paper. Just be sure to stay away from the actual villain fighting stuff.
No, like, actually, they have the easiest job, gang. Because if you're not, again, like you said, if you're a rescue hero, you're not fighting people, you're rarely fighting people, you might have to deal with it as a mugger who has a quirk, but you have a quirk too. It's no different than boxing right now. Going outside, finding one of your mans and slap boxing them right now. There's no difference, right? Except because you got a license as a hero that guarantees, by default, your quirk is not absolute butt cheeks, like your face is a fucking water hose. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and they get paid crazy. They have brand deals. They have their own hero agencies. And to take it a step further, you have a decent quirk and can use it whenever you want because you have your license. So it has to be one of the best jobs.
And you'll be fine. Meanwhile, Demon Slayers and Scouts Shonen, should probably unionize, or at the very least, start searching for other forms of employment. So next time you're stuck in your 9 to 5 wondering if your job is bad, just remember at the
He ran out of gas too, bro.
So next time you're stuck.
This remind me of that dog meme. The little. He's on his last drop. Knees is weak because he knows this sees him. This is like 15 million times worse than fucking FNAF. Knows this sees him. Hold on.
Stuck in your 9 to 5.
Tries to take the sip. It's quivering.
Wondering if your job is.
This don't even land in his mouth, gang. Wallah, he's cooked.
It's bad. Just
come on, bruh. I'm crying too, gang.
Remember, at the very least, at least you're not being pinned beneath a 15-meter tall naked man with bare skin. Thank you for watching. Let me know which anime.
Cooked. I'd rather be in MHA than AOT. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There's no like competition when it comes to MHA over AOT. The only time you get hold is again like these villain attacks, like Shigaraki, where they're destroying the whole city. That's not happening every day. And there's heroes that are gonna be trying to save you, and if you die, that's just LRNG. Compared to AOT, where you dying is a normal statistic. You surviving is a crazy probability. But yeah, that was another video from Professor Pint on which shonen anime has the worst job. As always, I appreciate y'all boys for watching. Check out our Discord com, linked in the description below. That is the best way to contact me. You also get notified every time I go live, as well as every single time I post a YouTube video. And that's what we're gonna do. For this video's comments, what power would you like to have? Like, what power system from any anime would you want to have integrated into real life? And like, you're the only one that has this power system. And then question number 2, if you could have any job, any fictional job, what job would you choose? And yeah, man, I know what time to find me next. Peace.